Welcome, dear lovelies. Grief is not the path that we choose, is it? This is Adele Anderson from Life Coach Adele, and this is another episode of Good Grief Relief, because it is daunting. I just heard from one of my hospice clients, and she just realized that grief comes in waves, and we know that. But what I said to her is, isn't that a relief that you don't have to be in that deep state of grief for so long? And so grief comes in waves, and it gives us that little bit of relief so we can take a breath before the next wave. And I give you, power, empathy, grace, whatever it takes to know that those waves of grief, they do begin to stretch out. And so there's relief coming, but in these first few days of loss, it can seem insurmountable. I remember on the third day after Willis died, me actually throwing my hands to the air and begging for surrender, begging for a sign that he was okay on the other side. And so, this journey may be veiled in some dark moments and a lot of tears, but it's also illuminated by the love and the memories that we hold close, and that never changes. The body may die, but love never dies. And in the midst of the pain, I want you to recognize that there's hope, there's amazing strength that you're going to find within you, and there's a potential for beautiful transformation. So I'm going to use a metaphor of a rose or a flower that pushes up through the soil to reach the sun. Or maybe you've walked along a sidewalk and you've seen this beautiful little flower that's pushed up through the cement, and it's just this amazing vision of resilience. And this is you. We all have the potential. So you have the potential to grow and flourish amongst the shadows of your grief. And this is an encouragement to bloom where you were planted, because sadly, we cannot change what's happened. So finding a new, stronger version of yourself as you navigate this healing process is possibly essential. And it will come when we release the emotional entanglement that we have with what's happened. We become stronger versions of ourselves. We rise above the many things that we thought used to bother us in the past. It's like we really get clear on what really matters after the confusion of what's the next decision. That is another thing, isn't it? It's a complex journey, this grief. It's not a linear path. It's complex. It's twisting. It reaches into every corner of our lives, our mind, our heart, our soul, in ways we never imagined. But it's also teaching us resilience, compassion, and the appreciation of life's preciousness. We find life more precious once we've lost somebody that's so dear to us that we can never imagine life ever being the same. And it's not going to be the same, but it doesn't mean it has to be less. And so within the pain, there lies a potential for profound transformation. Grief will shape us in ways we never imagined. And so these are the moments within the waves of grief that we rise up. As you navigate this challenging terrain, remember that you're not alone. In the first year, of course, I call it the casseroles and firsts. All the firsts, we must go through them. All the special occasions, the birthdays, the anniversaries, the first leaving home alone, going on your first vacation alone, all the things. Maybe it's even a first date if you choose to go that route. And, seeking the support of others is so important. Leaning on those that you care about and who care about you is part of the journey. And it teaches us that it's okay to ask for help. If you're a person that's always been that supporter, like myself, easy for me to give, hasn't been as easy for me to ask. And so I had that to learn. and I learned it and I embraced it. And I might have fallen to my knees a few times before I reached out. And I hope that you don't leave it that long where it feels so desperate and it's so difficult to ask. But, you know, friends and relatives and family are there to support you through this journey. And it is a healing and an opening of your heart, an extension of you that you might not have imagined. So when you're ready, allow yourself to bloom, letting the pain become the nourishment of your growth. It sounds strange, but believe that there is resilience in healing. I believe in your resilience and the capacity for you to heal. In time, even amidst the pain, you'll find beauty and strength within this world. Grief is transformational. I believe the deeper the grief, the greater the growth. I once heard grief is the price we pay for love, but I truly believe that it doesn't have to cost you your future. And this is it. So grow beyond your wildest dreams. This is the chance for you to explore a new passion, a new purpose, and open the world in new ways. So with love, empathy, and a hand over my heart, I'm here to support you. Remember that there's brighter days ahead. And when it doesn't feel so bright, connect with me. I'm Adele from Life Coach Adele. This was another episode of Good Grief. There is relief. And I'm here for you. Reach out. Yes, at lifecoachadele.com. And until we speak in person, I send you strength. Bye now.